technology has changed a lot of things. The most obvious change is it's fragmented the places that we get our news from. These technologies and these options have changed the nature of the way that we consume the news in a variety of ways. One of them is we consume it whenever we want. When I was young, really only 10, 15 years ago, news consumption occurred largely, almost exclusively, at breakfast time, dinner time, and to some smaller degree at bedtime. There was no way to consume the news unless you wanted to watch cable. And there was only one cable channel, and not very many people watched it. About 300,000 people watched cable news in the mid-90s. So you can consume the news anytime you want. You can also consume what it is you're interested in anytime you want. And so the technology has transformed you as consumers of news from passive consumers to proactive hunter-gatherers. We live, and particularly your generation, are what I would call on-demand news consumers. You want to know what you want to know when you want to know. So one big change in the technology is a power shift from the journalist as a gatekeeper narrating the story, not only narrating the story, but narrating the news agenda, to shift to the consumer, who's increasingly their own editor. When you Google something that relates to news and public information, imagine the way you read it. You are looking for the answer to your specific question, and a bunch of links pop up, and you pick the links that you think come closest to what it is you're looking for. And you don't read those articles in the same way that we used to read the newspaper. You don't sit back and say, okay, you tell me the news. You're scanning through those links, and then through the articles that you click on, is it got the answer? Has it got what I'm looking for? No. All right. Skip back, go to the next one. You see, find the one I'm looking for. It's more like research and less like having the news wash over you as presented to you by your local newspaper or your local TV newspaper. In television, there's a concept called the wheel, which is, okay, we're putting on a newscast, and we're going to tease the hell out of it, and we're going to try and keep you watching, and we're going to start with this, and we're going to hide the dull stories in the middle. There's a whole routine to how you put together, how you quote-unquote build a newscast. And the reason for that is because, as news consumers, we have to watch the wheel. We have to wait until what it is we're interested in shows up. So there's all these techniques to try and keep you watching, promos, teases, and foreshadowing, and grouping of stories. You don't need that anymore. All of that is an artifact of a shrinking medium, television, that is going to be essentially irrelevant to journalism of the web, even if it's television, because you'll find what it is